One of the coolest things about this program, other than the fact that I can do it in a T-shirt every once in a while and be okay with it, is the fact that we get suggestions from our TV audience all over the country, sometimes radio audience internationally, because we are on American Forces Radio Network, to interview certain companies.
Sure.
And authors and actors and booze distributors, which is awesome.
And keep those coming.
You're going to love this, because this is maybe the best name of a company I've ever interviewed.
Let's go with it.
In our 25 years on radio and our 13 years on television.
Sock it to me.
Well, okay, if I gave you the stock symbol RKFL and did this, RocketFuel. It's RocketFuel blockchain.
RocketFuel
Kidding.
blockchain. Now, I got some
We
splendid.
got the CEO, Peter Jensen. Peter, how are you, man? Good to talk to you.
I am great. How are you doing?
Good. So first of all, maybe the best name ever. And they are publicly traded under the stock symbol RKFL. You can go to rocketfuelblockchain.com. I'm just going to let you take it over, Peter, because this is payment checkout reinvented, like your website says. PayPal, Visa, MasterCard have prevented folks from purchasing crypto and so on and so forth.
Wow.
You guys are coming to the rescue. So take it from there, Peter.
Well, I wouldn't say they have they've prevented people from purchasing cryptos, but they've prevented them from spending it.
Yeah.
I think in the last 2 or 3 years, we've seen a lot of people buying crypto for various reasons. And they're like, this makes sense. If, for example, you have young kids in college and they buy all these coins and now they want to spend it, and they're thinking, well, why do I need a bank account? Why do I need a credit card? I just want to spend it.
Yeah.
So what we've done is developed a solution that allows e-commerce merchants to accept either crypto payments or cash via bank.
This is
That's a
what
big hurdle.
you've been talking about this whole time, right?
Yeah.
The only thing you can't understand is, how do I get my money back?
I don't care now.
Right.
If someone like this is going to help me just swipe the card and go, I'm going.
So basically, you know, the payment industry, I think, starting off with retailers like Amazon or most recently Tesla, it tells you that digital currency is here to stay. People need to understand it. But what's more important is the blockchain technology underneath it, the infrastructure. That's going to change the way we do business across many, many platforms.
Right.
Give us a top-down approach, Peter, so the Johnny Lunchbucket and the Cindy CEO can understand it equally.
Well, so maybe first I'll talk a little bit about the problems that we're having and then how we solve it, right?
Sure, right.
The current payment industry is just based on 40-year-old technology. Credit cards were invented about 40 years ago based on a physical card, a physical chip that they bolted onto it because security wasn't good enough, and then a CVC code on top of that, right?
Yep.
And then we've tried to adapt it to the internet. And what's going to happen to the payment industry is the same that happened to the transportation industry with Uber and Lyft, or with the retail industry with Amazon, in that technology, blockchain technology and crypto technologies are going to replace the intermediary. We've seen it again and again and again, and it's going to happen one more time. So that's that. In terms of how we solve it, well, it's pretty simple from the outside. If anyone has tried to make a payment with crypto, they know that they need to use a QR code on a phone and all of that. And it's just not easy. It's not something my mom can figure out, okay? So it needs to be as easy as when you walk in, or not walk in, if you go to Amazon.com,
Right.
and you basically say, I want to buy the sweater, click, 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 you click on a credit card. But why not just say, I want to click on my Coinbase account.
Why not?
And I want to pay with crypto. Right there, done.
And that's the problem that you're solving. Can I ask you this on a top-down approach? How long do you think it's going to be before digital currency overtakes the current currency? Is it a 5-year deal? Is it a 10-year deal? Or is it much sooner than that?
Well, I think, first of all, it always takes time for technology to adopt. And we always see some segments that adopt it faster than others. So the young generation, you go to any college in the US and you ask them how many have crypto, about 50%, right? And the minute we make it possible for them to pay anywhere on the internet or in a store, that segment is going to adopt. The other thing is, outside the US, a lot of countries in South America and Africa have very volatile currencies. And what the residents are doing in those countries is, as soon as they get their salary or any other money, however they get it, they immediately exchange it into cryptocurrency, not a volatile one like Bitcoin, but a stable coin pegged to the dollar or the euro or something else that they feel is stable. And so we'll see adoption in those segments early on, and then over time, more and more people are going to adopt to it.
And you said it happens like that when you just say take my Bitcoin, but does it happen like that? You know what I mean? Because that's
because that's been one of the things. One of the problems has been the speed of execution.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So it is happening like that, right? So when you click purchase, what we do is we immediately find out how many. We take the exchange rate, say, okay, we need to take X number of cryptos out of your account, and we deposit the dollars into the merchant's account.
Yeah.
And that is the beauty, because you think about it from the merchant's perspective. It's a mess today. They pay 3 to 5%, right?
Right.
And you think that's a lot of money.
Yes.
But it ain't working. Okay. So on top of the 3 to 5%, then they have all the chargebacks, right? Oh, I have to hire a customer service department to do that.
Right.
I have issue with the cash flow, and then all the fraud issues. They're spending millions of dollars on that. And again, it's because an old technology, architecture and technology. Now with blockchain, it's not something we invented. Blockchain is just a brand new, more modern technology that allows us to make it simpler, and the payment happens immediately.
His name is Peter Jensen. He's the CEO of a company called RocketFuel Blockchain. RKFL is their stock symbol. And of course, you can go to RocketFuelBlockchain.com. Peter, what's next for you as a company? I obviously got through COVID. You guys are actually thriving now. What's it look like for you as a company over the next 18 months?
The next 18 months is we just have to execute. We have a great technology, and we just need to educate the market about it. We need to educate the merchants that there is a better way, cheaper way, more secure way to accept payments, and we need to educate the consumers. That's one thing. And then we just need to help all the merchants implement this so that it's like today when we're thinking back at the transportation with the taxi, we're like, do you remember in the old days where you actually had to stand out in the rain, call the taxi company, they didn't show up? All of that is gone now. In 5 years, we're going to say, do you remember how you had to bring out your credit card, type it in, create an account in 30 different places, all of that? That's what we focus on.
Even the credit card machines from years ago with that big swipe it over.
The little book they looked in there and said, I'm sorry, Mr. Nailz, but your card has been suspended.
Yeah, well, that's another.
They used to print out a book every week with people's card numbers that you weren't allowed to use anymore.
Oh, yeah. They're on it.
It's amazing at that. Hey, listen, Peter, very interesting stuff. Thank you so much for swinging by. We'd love to have you back. It's always good to have someone who is
in the crypto world. I can't wait to get to cryptocurrency.
Oh, what's that?
That's where they like the music I'm playing, and they tip me with
cryptocurrency. Is that like Bitcoin? Joke butcher again. Hey, once again, RocketFuel Blockchain Incorporated. You can go to RocketFuel Blockchain.
I thought they sold like rocket fuel or something.
They do.